If you're externally looking for validation, then you as a person will generally crumble. You will feel like a bag of crap. Your purpose isn't your gift to humanity. Your purpose is what fills your cup up for you each and every day. When you can nourish yourself, then those around you will feel loved and nurtured as well, because you know how to take care of yourself. The thing that I find most common with business owners and entrepreneurs and leaders is welcome wisdom keepers, soul tribe and new earth leaders to Soul Temple, your haven for self-discovery and growth. I'm Blythe Langford and I am your guide to finding yourself and your true purpose. Together, let's shift from feeling stuck and misaligned to living a life of purpose and prosperity. Why I stopped seeking approval from others to feel valuable. Ooh. Even just saying that, it's just so weighted, isn't it? The high achievers trapped to external validation. Oh my golly gosh, this is a huge one. We are so driven by external validation, especially as business owners, leaders, entrepreneurs, and high achievers in our family. So as an entrepreneur, high achiever, are you externally looking for that validation, or is it an internal thing that you are actually filling and nourishing up your soul with? So let's just explore that for a second. So if you're externally looking for validation, then there generally feels like there's something missing internally. It always feels like you need to be seen in everything that you're doing. Oh my gosh, see me, look at what I'm doing. Post all of your results all over social media. Look at everything I'm doing. Tell everybody about it. You know, you're doing it, and then you get off on actually people being like, oh my God, baby, you are doing so fucking amazing. Oh my gosh, you're doing amazing. You are doing amazing. You're doing all of the things. Whereas internally led means that you can do those things or not, and you don't seek your validation from them. So whether I'm going to put the things out there that I'm going to be doing, so I still want to achieve, but whether I achieve or not, my validation, my joy and happiness, my self-worth is not attached to that validation. So if you are somebody that seeks external validation, then you are doing all of those things, and your worthiness is attached to that validation. So if you are not going to be achieving the money, if you're not achieving all of those things, then you as a person will generally crumble. You will feel like a bag of crap. You will feel like your life is less important than your money. You put everything in front of your life and your worth because they are more important. The money, the business, ticking all the boxes, the houses, the cars, the perfect partner, all the boxes need to be ticked in order for you to be seen in the world as perfect and beautiful and whole and complete. But if all of those things were to collapse and fall away, then your life is almost like you'd feel like it's over. So that's how you can realize that you are externally led. Whereas if you're internally led, it can be like, yeah, my relationship might fall apart, but if it's not meant for me, then it's okay because I'm okay. I've got me, or if you're going to go bankrupt, it's like, okay, well, that's okay because I know that I've got myself, I've built this, I can build something else, and my worth, like I'm still accepted at the table with my friends who are also high net worth individuals because I've got me. This is just a season, like it's okay. You don't judge yourself on your hardships. You don't judge yourself on all of the things that would be considered hardships. You see them as the grit, as the lessons, as the initiations into being the most amazing business owner. So that's what's the difference between externally and internally led. Now, I wanted to just touch on a personal story as well about being externally led and seeking approval. When I was externally led, okay, so I had my hairdressing salon, 7-figure businesses, smashing it, killing it, doing the best in like sales in our industry, really, really great. Had teams that I had consciously led and everything was amazing, but had a experience that left me realizing a sexual abuse experience and then followed by treason and blackmail, and realized that I no longer aligned with this company anymore and I did not want to work with my business partners, and listen to the language in all of this, and tried to leave these businesses for a very long period of time, 10 years, but my business partner, language again, would not allow me to leave. My businesses, I should have been able to walk away, been able to walk away with anywhere from $500,000 to $1,000,000 because I had multiple businesses that were pumping, right? And my business partner wouldn't allow me to leave and sabotaged every single sale that I had for a potential buyer. Then I stayed stuck in these businesses for 10 years, not leaving because nobody would let me leave and give me my money. I stayed in this business to fulfill my mother's love for money. She wanted me to stay in this business because I didn't want to. When I said to her I wanted to walk away from this business, she was like, "You're crazy. You can't do that. You're going to walk away from the money." I'm like, "I don't care. I'm going to be a yogi. I'm going to live under a tree. I don't care. I'm going to study yoga for 2 years and it doesn't matter." She's like, "Why don't you stay in the business, sell them, get the money, build an amazing yoga studio and help more people?" And like totally did that narcissistic thing again on me. My language, again, of course, it's not her fault. I incurred all of this on myself, but I allowed myself to be externally led for the fulfillment of my mother, for the fulfillment of my suffering, for the fulfillment of my blaming and shaming, all of the things. Like I was literally, this whole experience was all to do with my external validation because internally I knew that I literally had to blow this whole business up and just walk away with nothing. But it took me 10 years to get there before I had the actual courage to do that. So that's how you could generally know if you're internally or externally led. And so for many entrepreneurs and leaders and business owners, we don't actually realize that our whole life is built around this external validation that we really seek from others. That especially if a lot of us were psychopaths. Like I hate to tell you, a lot of business owners, we were brought up and raised in our wounding, our core wound is psychopathic wounding. So we are constantly looking for the validation from anybody and anything all of the time, from social media. How many likes am I going to get from this? From my business profit, how much profit am I going to get from this? From my turnover, how much turnover am I getting? Am I growing every year? Is everything growing and getting better and better and better? But not from a place of like actual internal validation, but from a place of actually trying to get this validation from a caregiver that we didn't get care from in an effective way when we were growing up. So how this can show up in your life is the thing that I find most common with business owners and entrepreneurs and leaders is you just feel like there's something missing. Okay, I know this is actually a lot of people. Like you just feel like there's something missing in your life. Like you just don't feel fulfilled with all of the things that you always wanted. Like you literally have everything that you want in your life. And it's just like, is that it? Like there's got to be more. And then rather than actually figuring out that it's this external validation, this internal validation that we don't have, we just keep on seeking and searching and never actually looking for what's going to heal us internally so that we can come from a space of feeling whole and complete and loving our lives. It can also show up that you don't feel like you're ever on your purpose. So no matter what you're doing, and even while you think you're purpose-led and you're doing all these things that feel like you're purpose-led, they're not actually purpose from your heart. So they're purpose from your head. And that is generally an internal program that's been from an external validation. So what I mean by that is it's literally come from a parent that has programmed us, or an ex-boss or an ex-lover or a teacher or society or a magazine or something that is unconsciously programming us mentally. So we think that we are on purpose, but we know deep down in our soul that we're fucking faking it, So if you feel that, chances are whatever you're doing, it's externally led and it's not internally led. Another huge one that you might feel like you resent your business, you resent somebody that told you to get into that business, and you just have this underlying resentment. So resentment is a beautiful way to see that you are still externally led as well, because this resentment is literally a suppressed anger that is literally being pushed down and pushed down and pushed down, and you're just having to, again, fake being okay and going along with it. Yet you might realize now that it's actually an external validation that you're seeking that you're never going to get, because you're not even aware that you're actually seeking this external validation. And the thing that will solve and heal this for you is doing the inner work, realizing what's actually true and real for your heart, figuring out your purpose, what makes you happy each and every day. Because chances are you might find out what is actually your life purpose of what makes you happy each and every day, and then you don't necessarily need to change your purpose. Because I don't know if you remember in my previous episodes, I believe that your purpose isn't your gift to humanity. It isn't your mission and your legacy. I believe they're two different things. Your purpose is what fills your cup up for you each and every day. So for example, myself, it's going for a run in nature and being outdoors in nature and doing a cold plunge meditation. It is totally my thing. Breath work. These things are what literally nourish my soul. And they are the reason that I am here, because they help me experience the depth of beauty of this planet. Without them, I'm totally fine too. But this is how I nourish myself and fill my cup up, because I'm worthy and it's okay. And it's beyond okay. It's the best ever for me to be able to do that. And then I know that they are what fill me up so that I can help with my mission and my purpose and how I'm here to help and shift and change humanity and leave a legacy for this planet and for humanity and for future generations, so that this planet exists further than the 80-year trajectory of life that it has. So that's why I would encourage you to figure out what nourishes your soul, because that is where your self-validation will come from. Living for yourself rather than others, this isn't something that you can just switch overnight, it's a challenge. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? So once you start this inquiry, then we can also be a little bit angry at the people around us, because we have this life and it's not of our design, and we've just realized that, and it's like, oh my gosh. And that's why so many people that are into sovereignty end up like hating on the government, because it's like, oh my God, I hate them. It's like, actually, you're hating on yourself. It's just a projection, because there's this part of us that we're just so upset that we believe the bullshit. And it's the same whether it's like a caregiver or a parent from when we were growing up. We can't believe that we were living our whole lives just so that we could be like our mother or our father. Now, I remember for myself when I spent a month at a yoga ashram that I realized that I didn't want children. Because prior to that, I thought I wanted to get married and have 4 kids. But then I realized that's what my mum did. And I actually really like meditation and sleeping in and massages and like not being interrupted. And I realized that's not the life of a mother. And I also didn't like doing homework and all of the things. Now, it was just like a breakup with the rapport of my mother and the mental programs that were ingrained into me that were not her fault, that was something that I needed to grow through. Now, there was a period of time after that I did want children. But anyway, the cancer made sure I didn't have them. So that's another story for another time. So it's about figuring out how we are programmed and what internal validation and looks like to us, and what external programs are running us and are having us pleasing, like people pleasing. Like a lot of business owners and a lot of leaders, mums, dads, all of the things, we're such people pleasers. We just want to help everybody and solve everybody's problems. And we know that we can, because we are these amazing problem solvers. We're obsessed with helping other people and their problems. So we can realize that this people pleasing is not even about us. It's about us trying to please a caregiver that never gave us love when we were kids. And this is what we needed to do in order to just feel loved. And actually, it's our nervous system going, okay, cool, I'm going to survive. So we're literally, when we're people pleasing, we're in our survival mechanism. We're not even in our conscious brain, right? So that's something to be really aware of, and to note that we are externally validating. And the benefits, let me tell you the benefits of when you start to really internalize your validation and be internally led. What happens? You heal the martyrdom, being a martyr. It's like, I can fix everything, the savior complex. We start to heal that. We realize that we don't need to save everybody, because we can save ourselves. And that's, oh God, I don't want to say something religious because I'm not religious, but that is the meaning of the Essenes. I'm not into Jesus at all, my God. But like, it's just something that I've listened to lately. And that was the whole point of it. It was that so that we can save ourselves, so that we don't depend on anybody else. So it gives you the confidence, because you know that you're on your own mission. You can learn to love yourself rather than always trying to save and love somebody else. that comes anyway. That comes anyway. When you can nourish yourself, then those around you will feel loved and nurtured as well, because you know how to take care of yourself. Because if you're always coming from a place of lack and external validation, the relationships around you will always be a bit empty. They won't be filled up. Like, they won't be fully nourished. Like, your partner won't feel the depth of your love, and they'll always feel like there's something missing in the relationship, and they'll feel like they're either extra needy or they're compensated needy. So that's something that can definitely play out as well. Not only that, it will nourish your working relationships as well, because when you come to your team and to your business from a place of internally being validated already, then you don't depend on your business like a codependent relationship. You aren't addicted to the figures. You can be more strategic in how you align things and how you set up a structure and a plan, and then an organization as well. And once you have an operating system like this, your business can then become like a workhorse that just runs really with a lot less effort, and it just churns away, and it becomes a really great money-making beast that you're actually able to just water and nurture every now and again, but you're not addicted to the outcome, and it doesn't cripple you when you don't actually get what you actually want. And then when you're in this state as well of being internally validated all the time, then when you come from this place of internal validation, you open up the channels within you, within your energy, within nature, the universe, mysticism, creativity, spirituality, and magic, so that flow can come through you. And when flow comes through you, that's when you're actually attracting in everything you want, because abundance and attraction is a major part of the laws of this universe. You want to be in this space where you're internally like, thriving, so then flow can just literally come in, and abundance can flow through. Your finances will be a lot simpler and easier. There won't be as much grit and strain and suffering and contraction in things that you're trying to create, in projects that you're trying to create, in relationships that you're trying to build, in networks that you're trying to be part of, teams that you're trying to evolve with, bank finances and business growth that you're actually there desiring. You obtain this inner integrity and this inner wellness that literally just penetrates into your world. And then the universe and source, Buddha, Allah, Mother, whatever you believe in, will allow these things to come into your life. And you become filled with a lot more grace, a lot more ease, a lot more peace, a lot more harmony. So you get out of your sympathetic nervous system a lot, come back into your parasympathetic nervous system. You have a lot more ease and flow within you. And then everything is a lot more easeful and blessed and blissful on your journey. Can you relate to this? Externally validating. So you become obsessed with your appearance, right? Obsessed with how you look. That every little thing that you do is about your appearance, whether it be, judging yourself poorly for something that you ate or drank, and thinking about how it's going to really affect you the next day and what you're going to look like, and then you're not going to be lovable, and then the people around you aren't going to love you as much, and then you go in this whole shaming spiral. I remember being like that, where literally I had so much of my own self-worth depended on my size, of how I looked, what size I would actually need to wear, whether I could do my pants up and there was a tiny little roll over the edge or not. That is external validation. That's when you seek the approval of others because you don't actually love yourself. That's and I mean, I can speak for women out there. That's a huge program for women, but then also for the men out there, needing to go to the gym, needing to get bigger, needing to be more ripped, needing to be taller, needing to be shorter, needing to have more hair, have less hair, all of the things, it's external validation because we don't feel worthy within ourselves. And it's such a program of society so that they can just literally keep us buying and purchasing. A reel popped up earlier today when I had to check something, and it was literally this chick walking down the aisle that had a BBL, which is a Brazilian butt lift, where they take all of the weight out of your middle section and put it into your ass. And so like her waist was teeny tiny, but then her ass was like hitting the sides of the seats as she was walking through a plane. It was like so unnatural, and like everybody is just like loving on this shape. But it's like, so fake and so externally, like it's so much external validation with that. And if you once you get to being a bit older, like I'm 43 now, you realize that society is literally just programming body types at any one period of time so that we can literally go and spend money to be that body shape. It's crazy rather than just actually being ourselves. Like I know for myself when I was in my 20s, like I had one of those body shapes that was like little and really hippie. But at the time, it was really in fashion to be a waif like Kate Moss, so really skinny. So I actually got liposuction in my 20s. And also because I was going out with a boyfriend who was going to break up with me because I'd come back from overseas and I'd put on weight. And he was like, if you don't lose weight, like I'm not attracted to you anymore. So I literally altered my body because I felt so sick about how I looked. Whereas I didn't even realize that I felt like I had external validation before that because I felt so confident in myself. But realizing that the man I loved, we'd been together a long time and been through so many things, was literally going to break up with me if I didn't lose weight. And I was already running half marathons. I was already going to the gym 7 days a week. Like I didn't know what else to do. And so I literally turned to going under the knife to cut up my body so that I could look a certain way and feel loved, and that's what so many of us do. And there's so many women out there that are like, oh no, I'm just enhancing. Oh, I know that's what we think we're doing and we trick ourselves to think that we're doing that. But actually we're changing ourselves because we don't like how we look. Straight up. It's literally how it is. Or to meet the needs of somebody else. And you know what? The craziest thing is in 10 years' time, the body shape that you have right now is probably what's going to be in fashion because it changes all the fucking time. Like we're so programmed. Like if I hadn't changed my body shape back then, I'd have a Kim Kardashian ass. Damn. Damn. Damn, 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 damn. Damn, 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 damn. And I love my body now and everything's perfect and whole and complete. So that's why you can see that once you open this spiral of gaining external validation from others, it becomes a spiral. You can, whether you're male, female, whether it's in work or to do with plastic surgery or to do with anything, if you're externally validating and putting your self-worth in something else outside of yourself, then it becomes a spiral and that spiral becomes a snowball and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and we become more and more masked and we lose every part of ourselves. So whether it be in your relationships or your business, you don't want to lose your mission. You don't want to lose why you're there. You want to find and you want to really tune into your own internal validation and have that be the driver in your life because when you come from this space, everything will feel good. Everything, the happiness, the joy, the wealth, everything that you're seeking outside of yourself, you realize you're rich as fuck because it all came from within you. So what I would love you to take away from this is just acknowledging and realizing, are you externally validating all the time? Are you giving your power away? And so with this awareness, that's step one. Step one is just acknowledging, far out, I'm a people pleaser. I feel obligated to do things. I do things out of obligation all of the time. Now, step two to this, to helping yourself recover from this, is in each and every moment where you do externally give your power away, just acknowledge it. It's absolutely fine. So rather than shaming yourself and being like, oh my God, I did that thing again, just like being like, oh, actually, I'm going to take a moment here and just say, look, I'm really like say to another person, I need you to actually think about this. I think I was just doing that out of obligation. What's actually going to be best for me is this is what I really want to do. So I'm going to choose this. So you're just in this moment, just practicing. So you're going to start internalizing really what it is your needs are and start expressing them with your loved ones. And you don't need to do it from a place that is overbearing or blaming or shaming of yourself or others, but literally just acknowledging where you're at. And when you say something that you don't want to do, you're people pleasing, you're obligating and all of those things, then just acknowledging it and changing what it is that you actually want to do and sharing with that person what it is that you actually want to do. Start being honest with what's on your heart. Now, I would love to be able to help hold you accountable for this because this is something that takes some time. So literally just pop in the comments below, how are you externally validating to others and what is it that you want to overcome? Pop it in the comments below, let us know and see if you can start to practice this. Thank you for joining me on Soul Temple. If this episode spoke to your soul, I would love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And do not forget to subscribe on your favorite platform. But don't let your journey end here. Connect with me and my like-minded community of souls at Blythe Langford on all social platforms. I really look forward to diving deeper with you on your journey.